vice president to be a cell wall, but how could you do that when you only exist in plant cells?
Well, the cell wall provides the structure in plant cells, and animal cells don't need that structure because the animal cells need to be flexible to move around. But in plant cells, me and the cell wall do kind of work together.
Yeah, but still, how is he going to be a vice president in plant cells? He's not being there.
Because he does help me in my job in plant cells.
And then animal cells.
Well, in animal cells, he's not as needed because they need the flexibility. So there's a lot of organelles that are only present in one of the cells, but they're still a necessary part of what happens. Michael?
In your speech, you said you choose what comes in, but later you tried to say that it's not that you don't, and that it just happens. How is that not contradicting yourself?
Did not say that it just happens. I said that yes, things manage to slip through, but without me, then the cell would be flooded with
I'm
harmful
not
toxins.
saying we can survive without you. I'm saying, how is it that you choose if they slip through?
Well, that's what selectively permeable means. That
But
I regulate what goes in and out. I'm kind of like a gateway in and out of the cell.
Okay.
In your speech, I know you said you would like your vice president to be the cell wall. I'm not saying that the cell wall would have to be a great vice president because they might as well be, but do you think there would be another organelle that you would work with that might be more compatible with those cells?
Well, my job is kind of to regulate what goes in and out, so I do kind of help out all the organelles, but as far as what helps me, I feel like the cell wall would be best fit for that. Kat?
I have two questions, one for each of you. Kevin, so aren't there cells that exist that don't need the nuclear membrane because the DNA just floats around in the cytoplasm?
True.
Yes. Haley, you say that you're selectively permeable, so wouldn't you have a part in allowing the mitochondria or the chloroplasts to come in to the cell?
I guess you could say that.
So that means you saw something goodness and not bad, correct?
You could say that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question for both of you. Cell membrane, if something like a toxic substance, if that happens to get in, like, how much does it affect the cell?
Well, that's where the lysosomes come in and the vacuoles come in and everything that detoxifies the cells come in. So it's not like I'm necessarily killing it when those things manage to slip through, because there are things inside of the cell that are there to remove toxins and to help clean the cell.
And nuclear membrane, you said that you do something with the ribosomes, like
Transport.
like 2,000 or something.
I transport 2,000 subunits per minute.
Okay, so what happens if your transport system stops?
Then the ribosomes can't do their job, and the mRNA cannot be transported.
Hannah?
Okay, this is directed toward the cell membrane. You say how sometimes you let in harmful toxins. What would you do as our leader in order to help make sure that they don't come in?
Well, I will always try my best to do my job and make sure that those toxins do not get in. So, but as all of us, we cannot guarantee 100% perfection. So, Victoria.
My question is directed to the cell membrane. Well, actually, it's a statement. You mentioned before that you would make the cell wall your vice president because it provides structure for plant cells. Well, vacuoles also do the same thing. I work at the cell wall to do that once we fill up with water. So earlier you mentioned on a mudslinging campaign that I was just a big trash can. But when you let harmful substances in, I'm the one that cleans them up.
You
So
also told me during the mudslinging campaign that I was not a needed factor in the cell and that the cell would be better off without me. However, if the cell did not have me, it would overflood with harmful toxins and you would not have a job. Correct?
Yes, but I'm saying it's not just the cell wall.
I know, but the reason I chose the cell wall was different for the structure. In plant cells, if the cell wall was not there, it would be flexible just like the animal cells. You're present in both, so the animal cells still have flexibility even though you're there. Plant cells don't need that flexibility.
But still, you use it a lot.
Michael,
Alright, this is directed towards the nuclear membrane. Earlier, Kat said that in other cells you're not there and the DNA just kind of floats around. But does it make it more efficient and better for the whole cell if you are there?
I have to look into that.
Emma.
This is for the nuclear membrane. You say that you help the metabolization of lipids. How do you do that?
Well, like if there becomes an overpopulation in the nucleus, I can help move it outside into the cytoplasm to where it can be disposed. Lindsay.
This is a question directed at both candidates. What makes you specifically better than all of the other candidates for president?
Well, I guess I'm a good worker because all the transportation I do within the cell.
I'm not necessarily saying that I am 100% better than all of you because we all do make mistakes, but I do believe that I'm best fit because I was around when some of you were not early on. Tristan.
Earlier in your speech, did you say that we all cause like diseases or something?
I said we all cause diseases or malfunctions.
Well, not all organelles cause. You walk around your socks like 2 days ago.
My room.
All organelles
Peter
do
clean.
malfunction at some point or another.
But did they cause disease?
Tristan put
I
issues on.
said malfunction, diseases or malfunctions, not necessarily both. Catherine, you had your hand up.
This is directly to the nuclear membrane. You said that you're constantly working with like transportation. How is that going to affect if you end up being pregnant? Is that going to affect the way you run as president?
Are you asking
Like,
if
okay,
my
so-
job is stopped?
No, like, how are you going to do your job and making sure the Robinsons get their proteins if you're supposed to be watching and making sure everybody else is? Is that going to affect them? Alright.
Okay, that's